World Agony! Thank you very much.
Well, Immolation, 2007, you released a new album, Shadows in the Light. What was the reaction to the new album? Fans' reaction?
Very good. Probably we had a really good reaction. A lot of people liked it, compared it with our first album, Dawn of Possession, in some ways, which I guess, I mean, to me, I think it's the best thing we've done so far. I guess what it is, it's a culmination of everything we've done over the years. It's very dark and heavy like the first record, but it's probably the most musical thing we've ever done, because we kind of mix up both the the heavy and the dark, so it's not just all brutal and heavy or just all atmospheric. It's kind of a really good mixture of both, and we've got nothing but great reactions from both the fans and the critics, so we're really happy with that.
Okay, I see. In one of the interviews, you mentioned that this new album is angrier than the previous one.
Yeah, I just think it came out that way. I mean, like, Harnessing Ruin was a phenomenal record as far as I'm concerned. But with Shadows in the Light, I just think the end result just came out a little bit more intense, you know? So that's really what I meant by that. It's got an angrier sound to it. It's just a little more aggressive than the last record.
Immolation is playing a death metal. Do you think this music is still popular?
Well, we never were ones to really go with what was popular. I mean, it's still popular to us. We've been doing it all this time, which has been like 20 years, basically, this February that we've been doing it. Yeah, I think it has its ups and downs, but now it's definitely it's on an upswing. Basically with us, I mean, this is what we do. I mean, this is our style. We try and always expand on death metal. I mean, death metal, to me, still has a lot more ground to cover, and I think it could still get out there to a lot more people, you know? So what we try and do as a band is create something that's a little bit different, a little bit more unique and more interesting than, you know, than what we've done in the past. So we always try to expand on the music without taking away the essence of it, you know? So keeping the roots, but also kind of progressing in a way, but not changing the whole style altogether. To us, that's more challenging, is to make death metal interesting and more somewhat accessible, but not in a way where it's just going to change the music, you know? Keeping it kind of real, so to speak, but, you know, making it, like I said, just a little more interesting and different.
And what about the worst and the best moment in your career?
Well, now I think we're on our best upswing because, you know, with this record, we've probably done the most touring we've done in our career since maybe 3 records ago. So we've been doing a lot of tours. We did 2 U.S. tours. This is our second, we're about to start our second European tour, and we actually did a bunch of the open air festivals last August. So we're doing a lot of stuff we haven't done in the past, so it's been nothing but really good for us now. The lowest point was probably between the first 2 records because there was such a large gap and we didn't know what was going on. So, but we're not going to worry about that. That's the past. So, but now things are really on a good upswing. And, you know, we're very optimistic and we're still hungry as a band. You know, we're always looking to, you know, do better as a band and as musicians, as performers, you know. And altogether, this has probably been, you know, our best time right now. So.
Let's back to your new album. You got a video clip to this. Tell me about the making of World Agony.
It was really cool, actually. We were in the process of recording the album at the time. And before we did the mixing for the record, we went to do the Arnhem Festival in Holland. And at the same time, we slipped down to Paris and recorded the video. So the video was recorded basically in the old quarries beneath Paris. So it was underground, truly underground. And it was very interesting because, you know, you're in a place that's pretty much almost pitch black. They had to bring in the lighting and everything. And we actually filmed in a few different spots. But the surroundings, even though it's a performance video, the surroundings really added to it and gave it a good atmosphere. So it was a long day. It took like all day to do. And that was only the second video we ever shot. And probably, as opposed to the first one where it was just basically almost like one guy and one camera in our own rehearsal space, we did, this time it was like a whole crew, and so it was a little different for us, you know, and press was there, so we're not used to that, so it was a little strange at first, but, you know, once we got the ball rolling, it was actually a fun experience, and we're really happy with the outcome, so it's definitely a cool looking video, very dark, so we definitely like it.
So, do you think video is a good promotion for a death metal band?
It doesn't hurt. I mean, these days, we've been lucky, like right before this tour we did in the US, they actually played it on MTV, Headbangers Ball, and they played it a few times after that. So they've been playing it on MTV, which is great for us, you know, because we're not, you know, even out of the underground music, we're still not at that point where we normally get played like that, you know what I mean? So we're still kind of struggling. So that was really cool to see that they're playing it, you know, almost every other weekend or so. And even if it doesn't get played or it doesn't get played that often, the internet alone, these days everybody sees everything because they go online and they see it. So if you do the video and you put the video online or on your MySpace or get it out there, people will see it. So either which way, it's still a good way to promote the band, absolutely.
Internet is better than MTV.
At this point, pretty much, you know, but there's still those people that watch that might not, find you on the internet, because there's going to be those people that, maybe are just more into the popular stuff, and they're looking to that Headbangers Ball to see what else is out there, And when they see a band like us come out there, they're probably like, what is this, So any death metal bands that get played on that, they're probably like surprised or like, wow, that looks interesting, because people are always looking for more aggressive stuff or different things, and they don't always know where to find it. So the fact that you get played on that doesn't hurt. It definitely helps. So.
Okay, well, what have you done to keep your playing still fresh?
Honestly, it's probably the fact that I barely practice at all until we have to do a record that kind of does that, because after we're done with touring, most of the time I put my guitar down, and we all work full-time jobs. So personally, I'm working like sometimes, 5 to 7 days a week sometimes. So I think it's the fact that we get away from it for a little while, and then we say, okay, we have a record to do, and then we just sit down for 2 months, and I'll just start writing stuff, after not playing for like 6 months. So that helps, I think that has a lot to do with it. And we're very spontaneous with a lot of stuff. Like we'll structure the songs and write, but then when we get in the studio, all the, the overlays and different things between leads and all that kind of stuff is all done on the spot. So it kind of gives you both obviously you have to structure things, but then there's a lot of spontaneity put in there too, which I think makes it fresh, because when you're doing things on the fly, so to speak, you're going to do stuff that you might not normally do when it's planned out. And as long as it sounds good, then you're like, all right, we'll keep that, and I'll learn it later on, So as long as it sounds good on the record, like I said, you come up with stuff on the fly. So I think that adds to the freshness of it.